the second hour. The second hour. Can you believe it? Let's go to California, see what Joan is up to. Let's just take off right from the gate here. Hey, Joan, thanks for the waiting. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. We spoke yesterday. I was the one with the benign tumor.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, the parotid
you recommended,
tumor, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You had recommended doing the Fucoid Z, 15 a day, and you said call back today, and you were thinking of something homeopathic that might be helpful, too.
Good girl. Thanks for calling back. I appreciate the trust. So are you familiar with homeopathy?
I have done some years ago.
Okay, so there's a homeopathic medicine that may be indicated here. It's called Thuja occidentalis. T like Thomas, H like Harry, U, J, A. Thuja. Second word, occidentalis, O-C-C-I, D like David, E, N like Nancy, T like Thomas, A-L-I-S, Thuja occidentalis, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I want you to take it. It's a little complicated, but it's not that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to get one multi-dose tube of the 200 C like Charlie or CK like Charlie Kangaroo. One multi-dose tube of 200 C or 200 CK Thuja occidentalis pellets, okay?
Okay.
And there's a company called Homeopathy Overnight you can order that from. Their number is 800-276-4223. Or if you live near a Whole Foods, they might have this. I don't think they're going to, though. I think you're going to have to order this. But there's a lot of places online you can get homeopathic medicines, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get it, here's how I'd like you to take it. I'd like you to, once a day, before bed, I want you to take 2 pellets orally. Just pop them in your mouth and suck on them like a Tic Tac right before bed. 2 pellets orally once a day before bed. Secondarily to that, I want you to go to CVS or Walgreens or someplace, and I want you to get an 8-ounce bottle, the bottle that holds 8 ounces. And in that 8-ounce bottle, I want you to put 7 ounces of distilled water. Distilled water, not, it has to be distilled. 7 ounces of distilled water. And into that 7 ounces of distilled water, I want you to put 2 of the pellets of the Thuja. 2 of the pellets. Just pop them into the water. Put the top on the bottle. And here comes the fun part. I want you to get a thick book, like a Yellow Pages. Right?
Okay, I got those.
I want you to take the bottle with the water, with the pellets, with the top on it, and I want you to slam it, pound it on the telephone book. Boom, 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 100 times.
Okay.
Smack it. Smack it. Hold it in your hand and hit the bottom of the bottle hard on the book. We use a book so you don't break the bottle, all right?
Yeah. But
now,
take the bottom of it and go up and down and up and down.
Yeah, pretend it's a hammer, right? Boom, boom, boom. Just smack it 100 times. Now, once you've smacked it 100 times, it's ready to use. Now, the very first time that you use the liquid, I want you just to take the top off of the bottle and pour out a teaspoon. More or less.
Okay.
You could even just take a swig, all right? But I want you to get about a teaspoon's worth of it into your mouth. I want you to swish it around in your mouth like mouthwash, right, for 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then swallow it. Now, every other time that you take a dose of the liquid, before you take a dose of the liquid, I want you to smack the bottle 10 times on the Yellow Pages, all right? In between doses of the liquid, put it in the fridge, keep it in the refrigerator, and I would like you to do 1 teaspoon of the liquid Thuja occidentalis 3 times a day. All right? So you'll take it out of the fridge, you'll smack it 10 times, you'll throw down a teaspoon more or less, swish it around in your mouth and swallow it. put it back in the fridge, and then a couple hours later you take it out, smack it on the yellow pages 10 times, and throw back a teaspoon worth, more or less. I'm sorry, I said teaspoon. I'm sorry. It must be the second hour. I better have a cup of espresso. I meant tablespoon.
Okay.
That's what I meant all along. Just substitute.
On the very first one?
Yeah, it's tablespoon
Got
all
it.
throughout.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, here's where it gets even trickier.
Okay.
When, I don't know how many doses it's going to take you to do this, 14, I think, of 13 or 14 doses of the liquid, you'll be down to the bottom of the bottle. Now, when there's about an ounce of the medicine, of the liquid, an ounce of the liquid left in the bottle, when there's about an ounce, more or less, left in the bottom of the bottle, I want you to put more distilled water in the bottle to bring it back up to the 7-ounce mark. Pound it 100 times again, but don't add any more pellets.
Oh.
I know. The only time you're adding pellets is the very first time. All right? So the second time that you put water in it, you just put the water in it, bring it up to the 7 ounce. But there has to be some liquid left in the bottom of the bottle for this to work.
Yeah, okay.
If you've emptied it, you forgot and emptied it, then you have to start all over with 7 ounces and 2 more pellets. But if there's water left in the bottom, you're good to go.
It finds it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you pound it 100 times when you add the second, 7 ounces more or less, right?
Okay.
And keep it in the fridge. Now, I want you to do the whole thing, 2 pellets at night and 3 liquid doses for 4 weeks in a row. 4 weeks in a row. Now, during this time, if any brand new symptoms, things that you've never had before, you never, ever had this before, show up in your body, like, you got a headache in your left temple, or your left big toe starts to ache, or if all of a sudden you've got heartburn and you've never had that before, whatever it is, if anything new shows up, I want you to stop taking it and call me. All right? Now, if there's remarkable positive change with the tumor.
The only one I can tell is the one on my cheek. Yeah.
All right. If there's remarkable positive change, you just maintain the discipline until it's gone. All right? If you don't notice anything, just do it for 4 weeks. And that's how we do it. This is very interesting therapeutic. This program that I just described to you was developed by an Indian homeopath, an East Indian homeopath. His name is Krishnamurthy, I think. I'll have to double check that. He wrote a book about his experience in clinics in India treating cancer just with homeopathy. Didn't use anything else. That's all he used was homeopathy in India, right? Where everybody's poorer than a church mouse unless they live in Bangalore. And got remarkable results. I mean, this guy has remarkable results, way better than chemotherapy. I mean, it leaves chemotherapy in the dust. And so it's a remarkably, my point is, it's cutting-edge homeopathic work. Now, homeopathy being what it is, and all of the homeopaths in the listening audience, they're writing hate mail to GCN right now, because homeopathy is not prescribed based on the illness. Homeopathy is prescribed based on the symptoms that a person is experiencing. However, every once in a while, something comes along that bends the rules a little bit, and that's what I'm doing here with you. I'm bending the rules about homeopathic prescribing a little bit, but there's no harm and no foul, because the worst possible thing that can happen is nothing. The best possible thing that can happen is it will remarkably accelerate the resolution of your problem. So, and it's going to, if it doesn't work, you're going to be out like, I don't know, $20. So, it's not like it's $800 a month like a prescription medication is, right? So there's no problem here at all. That makes sense.
The website name was homeopathy.com?
No, homeopathy overnight. I mean, just do a Google search. Or, you know, just call the company up. It's a company, I think they're out of Pennsylvania. The number, again, it's 800-276-4223, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. Just call them up, say you want one multi-dose tube of Thuja occidentalis in the 200C strength, and you're good to go.
Okay.
All right. And call me back with a report in about 3 weeks. I'm really excited for you to see what happens here. Okay, Joan?
Yeah, I will. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, you're the greatest. Thanks for the trust. And call me back. I'll look forward to it. Well, that's how we do it, folks. Homeopathy is the mother of holistic medicine. Homeopathy is the mother. Well, you could argue that Ayurvedic medicine is the mother. So if Ayurvedic medicine is the mother of holistic medicine, then homeopathy is the daughter of the mother of holistic medicine. It really doesn't get any more holistic than homeopathy. And my first book, The MD Emperor Has No Clothes, I wrote 3 or 4 chapters about homeopathy. It's a fascinating subject of medicine for a number of reasons. Number one, because it produces such unbelievably, remarkably effective results. And number two, it bends the rules of physics as we know them. And it really, the contemporary medical societies, professions, treatment of homeopathy, their opinion of homeopathy really shows in bold face their hypocrisy before the laws of nature and their closed-mindedness. How an MD views homeopathy is telling, quite frankly. Get the book. It's a great Christmas present, by the way. It's called The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. You can download it to your Kindle in 20 seconds. Information is there on my website. You know what the name of that is, fireyourmdnow.com. Going to talk to Eric in South Carolina when we come back. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden. Life's a funny thing, isn't it? You never know where you're going to end up. And ending up in Longevity Nation is a really great destination. Let's go to South Carolina, see what Eric's up to. Hey, Eric, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. I know that oils are bad food, and a lot of gluten food has oils in them. Are there any good oils to eat, like safflower, sunflower, coconut, canola? I've been gluten-free for about a month now, and I'm definitely seeing the benefits.
Yeah, right. So good for you for, listening to us and kind of taking a walk on the wild side here, right? Because it's not easy to do that, especially gluten. I mean, because it's everywhere all the time. So give yourself give yourself a big pat on the back for doing that, man.
Thanks.
Regretfully, the short answer is no. So what we do recommend that you start to get into the habit of is you can still use a fry pan. You can cook a piece of fish up, or you can cook a piece of chicken, or you can cook an egg in a fry pan, but use butter or lard.
Yeah.
Butter or lard. But as far as we're concerned, oils across the board are verboten. It's a good idea to just avoid them completely. The only place where I relax that discipline is in gluten-free breads, because every single solitary gluten-free bread ever made has a little bit of oil in it, right?
That was one of the issues that we were seeing. A lot of the gluten bread has canola oil, and like a lot of the chips or crackers have sunflower or safflower oil.
That's right. Yeah, so that makes you the smartest man in class. And so I don't worry too much about that, because with oils, it's a quantity thing, right? And the amount of oil that you're getting in a couple of crackers is minuscule. The amount of oil that you're getting in one slice of bread every day or 2 slices of bread every day is minuscule. And it pales in comparison to the amount of oil that most people pour down their throats every day, especially those of you in the listening audience who are of East Indian descent. Man, It's oil all the time. Oil's in everything. And I used to love Indian food. Used to love Indian food, but man, oh man, it is one just gigantic oil party. So, regretfully, no. Now, there would be one alternative. You live in South Carolina, right?
Yes, I live right near Charlotte.
All right. I don't know if the weather is conducive down there to growing an olive bush or an olive tree. But if it is, here's what you can do. And I'm serious as a heart attack. This is not tongue-in-cheek. I'm serious about this. You can grow a little olive bush or a little olive tree. Maybe you could even grow one inside the house. I don't know. And when the olives are ripe, you pluck them off of the tree and you squeeze the oil out of them immediately. Squeeze the oil out of the olive immediately and use it on your salad or use it. You can't heat it because when you heat an oil, it oxidizes within 5-10 minutes. But you could use fresh squeezed olive oil immediately after you squeeze it with hardly any negative repercussions because the oxidative damage, takes a while to set in. You could even ostensibly squeeze the oil out of the olive that you just picked off the tree into a glass and then vacuum seal it so there's no air in the glass. Put it in a dark bottle, get one of those purple, there's this certain type of purple colored glass that cuts down in ultraviolet oxidation. So you get one of those, vacuum seal it, and I would go out on a limb in saying that if you did that oil would be good for about 7 days, especially if you refrigerated it. But notwithstanding that, regretfully, it's a zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. Yeah.
I've had to go and look at the ingredients for everything, and many hours at Whole Foods.
Yeah, I know, right?
A lot of the gluten-free, it just has oils, and I have to put it down because I'm going straight on this nuts in bad foods.
Okay, well, look, so I am okay. Dr. Wallach's not, but I am. I'm okay with relaxing the oil restriction on baked goods because, remember, it's a quantity thing, right? It's a quantity of the oil that you're getting, and the quantity of the oil that you're getting into your body with one slice of gluten-free bread or 5 or 6 gluten-free crackers is minuscule. Just take some antioxidants with it, and it shouldn't be a problem. So you don't need to be that vigilant about that, but good for you for kicking it up a notch in Longevity Nation. Thanks, Eric. You've heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, not so much, but one healthy start pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods, plus keep an eye on your antioxidant intake. Having a daily minimum of 20,000 ORAC a day will, in fact, keep the doctor away. That's how we do it with new-fangled, new-fashioned, science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Get on board the Longevity train, folks. You're going to love how you feel. 855-347-3696. That's the number to call if you're listening to the podcast when we're not live and would like info. 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Let's go to Georgia. Georgia. Talk to Nancy. Hey, Nancy, what's going on? Come on in, Nancy. I know you can do it.
Yes. I'm in a pre-diabetic state. I'm having problems with pain and tingling in my fingers, and I have fungus on my nails and my fingernails as well as my teeth. I've been getting these little red spots on my body, but I also want to say that I work in jail, and I'm constantly getting radiation because you have to go through this X-ray to be checked for. Also, my pipes have are very old, and the water coming out of there is kind of brown. I know it's
got a lot of iron in it.
I think it's copper, and I don't know if there's accumulation of a lot of metals in my system. So there's
all right. What's your current body weight?
Well, I'm overweight. I'm 175 right now.
Well, don't feel bad because 30% of Americans are like obese, which is like super overweight. And it's not your fault. You're not lazy. You don't have the fat gene. And the only reason that you're overweight is because your doctor's an idiot. It's your doctor's job to keep you healthy. And if you're overweight, if you have high blood pressure, if you're pre-diabetic, if you've got anything at all going on with you for more than 6 months, it's your doctor's fault because they're the ones we charge with taking care of our health. I mean, for goodness sake, if every day there was a robbery in your neighborhood, after a year of that nonsense, the citizens would rally and they'd kick out the police chief and they'd hire a new police chief because the old police chief sucked at what he did. Well, in the United States, nobody fires their medical doctor because I don't know why. They need to, because, the results that you've achieved with your health are a direct reflection of the adequacy of your medical professional. They stink at what they do, which is why you're in the boat that you're in, but they never take responsibility for their incompetence. They blame you instead. Oh, it's genetic. You've got the type 2 diabetes gene, even though we haven't discovered it yet. You must have it. We know that it's there somewhere. You've got the fat gene. That's what you've got, Nancy. You've got the fat gene. No, you don't. You've got a doctor that's trained, educated, and surrounded by colleagues who are practicing old-fashioned, outdated, ineffective, Machiavellian, nonsense medical therapeutics. So the reason that people gain weight is the same reason that people develop type 2 diabetes. It's a nutrient deficiency. When your body runs out of certain nutrients, it can't process blood sugar efficiently anymore. It's not genetic. It's not caused by the aging process. It's a nutrient deficiency disease, period. If you didn't have enough iron in your body, you'd get iron deficient anemia, right? If you didn't have enough vitamin D like David, you'd get rickets. Well, guess what? If you don't have certain nutrients in your body, you gain weight and your body starts getting real funky in its blood sugar. And that's the reason that you've got the fungal infections on your skin that you can't get on the other side of. That's caused by the blood sugar issue. So when we eliminate the blood sugar issue, when we optimize your blood sugar, the fungal stuff is going to go away and you're going to start to lose weight easily without even trying. So here's the recommendation for you. By the way, Nancy, how did you hear about us? How did you find out about this show?
Well, I went to this Seventh-day Adventist restaurant. I'm Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
And I saw the flyer there. I started reading about it, and it just made sense that a lot of diseases are caused by nutritional deficiency, and I do believe that.
Well, that makes you the smartest girl in Georgia. And again, you're absolutely correct, and the proof of the pudding is in the eating here. So in a perfect world, the recommendation for you for the first 3 months would be 2 healthy blood sugar packs, 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month. 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month, and 4 bottles of selenium, ultimate selenium. That's S-E-L-E-N like Nancy, I-U-M. 4 bottles of ultimate selenium and 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month. If that's outside of your budget, then do 1 healthy blood sugar pack and 2 bottles of selenium. 1 healthy blood sugar pack and 2 bottles of selenium for the first 3 months.
Well, what number do I order? The same number that I called?
Well, in a perfect world, you would go back to the Seventh-day Adventist place where you saw the flyer.
Mhm.
And you would say, probably on that flyer, there's a phone number to call for more information.
Mhm.
So you want to call that number because we work as a networked group. So the people in Georgia who put that flyer out, spent money to put the flyer out, and, they're the people in your community who are helping us forward this message. So you want to go to them to get help because that's how we work. It's like one big happy family, right?
So let me write it down. 2 bottles of selenium.
Yeah. In a perfect world, every month for 3 months, you would do 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 2 healthy blood sugar packs, 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month.
Blood sugar packs. Only a month.
Yeah, 2 healthy blood sugar packs every month and 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium every month for 3 months. Now, if you can't afford that, cut it in half. Do 1 healthy blood sugar pack and 2 bottles of selenium every month. All right?
What about the radiation that I'm getting from the job and the metal?
All right, so here's what you want to do. You want to tell your supervisor that you want a radiation badge that you can wear on you. And every time you go through that machine, you have the badge on, and if you're exposed to too much radiation, the badge will tell you. And that's how you know. And it's illegal to have people exposed to X-ray radiation on the job without that badge. So you might start a whole movement in the prison that you work, and you might be able to get a lot of support from your coworkers. But you tell your supervisor you want a badge, a radiation badge, and if you don't get a radiation badge, you're going to make a stink. That's really the only way that you have to deal with that. Now, the selenium that you're going to be taking is going to help your body to avoid the negative effects of that. But there's one more thing you have to do, and it's pretty important. You need to eliminate the 10 bad foods. We've identified 10 foods that are dangerous and bad for you to eat. Are you familiar with that list?
No gluten, no dairy. I don't take dairy.
No. We're okay with dairy. So here's what I want you to do. Please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com. You got to love that, right? Right? I know. That's right. That's how we roll, baby. fireyourmdnow. You got to put the now in there, .com. And as soon as you log on to that website, a little box is going to pop up that asks if you would like to get on board with my free newsletter. It's free. If you give us your email address and say, yes, I'd like to get this free newsletter, then we will immediately send you to a page on my website that has something called Good Food, Bad Food. There's a document called Good Food, Bad Food, and you can download that for free to your computer. And on that Good Food, Bad Food document, there are 10 foods listed as bad that you need to stop eating immediately. So if you stop eating those foods, take your selenium, take your healthy blood sugar pack every day, you should experience slow and steady improvements. You're going to lose a couple of pounds a week. Your blood sugar's slowly going to get better. Your sleep's going to get better. Your energy's going to get better. Your mood's going to get better. And then you're going to be crowned the Princess of Georgia, and that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Okay.
All right, Nancy, I got other callers on the line. I got to scram. So get in touch with the person who put that flyer out. Tell them you need the healthy blood sugar pack and the selenium, and call me back in about 3 weeks once you've started the program. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, Nancy. Appreciate it. From Georgia to Connecticut, we're going to talk to Kim in Connecticut. Hey, Kim, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Thank you so much. I've been on your gluten-free diet for about 2 to 3 months, and I have been following the good foods, bad foods.
Yeah, good girl. Did you notice any difference?
Well, not really. The only area where I haven't been perfect has been the oil, just because sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you eat at other people's houses.
I know. That's a kicker, isn't it? Isn't that a kicker?
Yeah. So that's the tough part, but, I mean, I've been following it otherwise when I'm in control.
All right. Now, are you taking the supplements?
No, and I need some guidance with that, but I thought first, and I know this is a long list, I'm sorry, but this is what I live with. I wanted to give you a list of the issues I've been dealing with that I've been trying for years to get rid of.
Okay, great. So I'm sitting down, so hit me.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're sitting down. So I have psoriasis.
Yeah.
I have Fuchs dystrophy. I don't know if you know what that is.
I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah. I have yeast infection.
Yep.
I have sleep issues, and I take GABA and valerian root and some other herbal remedies and melatonin.
All right, good. Well, tell me this, Kim. Is the sleep issue difficulty falling or difficulty staying asleep?
Well, when you take all those things, it's easy to fall asleep. It's then staying asleep. So I can't tell you about the falling. Because
you're taking all the stuff to make yourself fall asleep, right?
Right. But okay. I hear, if anybody comes in the bedroom, I hear them walking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you see, I'm not getting sound sleep.
One more thing before the break. Yeah. One more thing. Psoriasis, yeast, sleep issues.
I'm sorry, you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, no, I want you to keep going with your list. We got 20 seconds here.
I have swollen lymph nodes.
Yep.
I have migraines.
Yep.
Hypothyroidism and hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
Inflammation issues, bunions, plantar fasciitis.
And we're back, finishing it up today with Kim from Connecticut. All right, Kim, you still with me?
I'm still with you. So right, I don't know where I left off.
All right, so let me, all right, we only got 5 minutes here, so we're going to have to be quick. I'll tell you what I've got. We've got psoriasis, yeast infection, sleep issues, swollen lymphs, migraines, hypothyroid, bunions, plantar fasciitis.
And allergies.
Allergies, all right, good.
Now, I'm not sure if my swollen lymph nodes, I was diagnosed with DCIS, which is really not a cancer these days, about 3 years ago, and I had 3 lymph nodes taken, which were clear.
Yeah.
And, of course, you go through nuclear medicine to have that done, so I'm not sure whether that was what inspired my swollen lymph nodes.
Well, you would think, right, that even after an insult like that were everything okay in, Dogtown, that your body would have recovered from it, right? I mean, if you pull a splinter out of your arm, you don't expect the inflammation to last for more than a day, right?
I know. So they're of concern. So, I do take vitamins, but I think I'm not taking enough of the right things, and that's why I need guidance from you.
All right. Well, that makes you the smartest woman in Connecticut, and this is our whole. This is our whole thing. This is our whole thing.
Absolutely.
Not all wines are created equal. They're all made from grapes. There's a great deal of difference, right, from bottle to bottle. It's the same with vitamin supplements. No kidding.
I understand.
All right. So psoriasis, from our point of view, is oxidative damage to the skin, in addition to not enough antioxidants inside the body to take care of the insult. And, oxidative damage is everywhere all the time. So you need a little extra skin support, and you need a little extra antioxidant support. Yeast infections most of the time are caused by blood sugar issues, as are yeast infections. So those two things go hand in hand. The swollen lymph glands can be caused by any number of different things. Migraine headaches most of the time is a lack of your body's ability to produce a prostaglandin, and prostaglandins are manufactured in the body by essential fatty acids. So if you're EFA deficient, you're going to be prostaglandin deficient, and you're going to be a candidate for migraine headaches. And calcium and magnesium also come into play here, because calcium and magnesium are important for the proper dilation or lack thereof of your blood vessels, which is interesting.
I have been able to help my migraines. They used to be 50% of the time, but it's gotten down to much better with niacin. That's helped me.
Well, that's interesting. Now, niacin is kind of a backdoor treatment, because niacin won't get to the root cause of the migraine, but it will mitigate the intensity of the migraine.
Because it's a vasodilator.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of like taking an aspirin, right? So,
right.
All right. Now, so plantar fasciitis and bunions are calcium and magnesium deficiencies, and hypothyroid is often a deficiency in selenium, copper, and iodine. So,
okay.
Now, regretfully, I only have 2 minutes left. So, how much do you weigh? What's your current body weight?
165 pounds.
All right. So here's what I would do every month for the first 90 days. Every month for the first 90 days, I would do one anti-aging Healthy Start Pack, one anti-aging Healthy Start Pack,
okay.
4 bottles of selenium, 4 bottles, well, the technical term is ultimate selenium, 4 bottles of ultimate selenium,
right.
1 bottle of EFA Plus. You're already going to get 1 bottle of that in the Healthy Start Pack, but I want you to do 1 extra bottle of EFA Plus because of the psoriasis.
Right.
And I'd like you to do 1 bottle of glucogel at the 240 count. 1 bottle of glucogel at the 240 count. And last but not least, 1 bottle of Sweeties. 1 bottle of Sweeties. Now, you also must secure in your diet 100,000 ORAC points, ORAC, of antioxidants.
Right. I'm familiar with that. Now, how do I do that? Because right now I live on protein and vegetables.
All right, well, then you're going to need supplements. So you can do a little Google search.
Well, I do curcumin and, turmeric.
Turmeric, all right, so green tea, walnuts. But you're going to have to educate yourself.
Oh, I'm pretty educated, so.
All right, the food value of the ORAC value of foods, with your goal being 100,000. The easiest way to do that is with a longevity product called Triple Treat Chocolate.
Okay.
There's 19,000 ORAC points in 1 piece.
Okay, that sounds delicious.
Which is pretty good. And in the anti-aging Healthy Start Pack, there's a product called Cell Shield RTQ. You're going to already be getting that. There's in 1 capsule of that product, there's 8,000 ORAC. Wish we had more time. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Dr. Glidden. I'll call you back and let you know how it's going in a few months.
I'll look forward to it. Thanks, everybody. We're out of time. God willing, back in the saddle tomorrow.